Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Y'all, I'm so glad that you're here. And, it's a blessed day. And I hope that everything's going good so far. It is early. Uh, those of you that are waking up for work, I hope that, your work day goes smooth and calmly. All right. Everybody working together. Um, y'all, let me tell you something. Um, at my other job, my worldly job, which I call it, um, and us in a whole discussing this, um, everybody is not going to give you the version of yourself you are now. Once upon a time, you might have been that person that just, you felt like it was all about you and the world revolves around you and you don't care about anyone else's feelings or how things affect one person that could spoil the whole batch. You understand what I'm saying? So, sometimes, in some job situations, you have those days where it's grueling, okay? To me, it's heavy labor. That's what I call it. Um, but back to the point is that everybody's not going to give you that version. They're going to give you the version that you used to be. And how I look at that is maybe we need to see that, to see just how far we've come and just how other people need to evolve and heal. And if you don't, you're left and you're stuck in a space to where either you're going to get it right or you're not, or you're just going to be stuck in that cycle. But for those people that don't outreach, they don't help, they don't do anything when you help without being asked or expected to. You get what I'm saying? Those are the people that I extend my pity to because they don't understand what it feels like to have that compassion. They don't have it. And no one's condemning them for that, but yet, how do you face yourself knowing that you could have helped or prevented a situation, but you just did not because you felt that you were more important than what was going on, than someone wanting or needing help, you know. But things like that, like I said, I don't hold against people because some people just don't heal ever. Some people keep that evil demeanor about themselves, like, well, I'm just going to do this and I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care how you look at me. So, for me to help and do things for people without them even asking me because my heart won't let me walk past you. My heart won't do that. You could have called me every name in the book, but if there's something that you need help with and I'm walking past you, my compassion is full. My cup run over with compassion. I can't do that. You could have disrespected me and all this other stuff. And I understand that, like, I wouldn't and I wouldn't. But see, that's the old me. I'd be like, oh, you can get away from me. I don't have nothing to do with you. I could walk past you, and you could be sitting there and something's wrong and I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to ask you what's wrong. You could be crying. I don't care. That's the old way. The new way is there anything I can help you with? I may not be able to do too much, but even that little bit of effort is showing you that I care about you as a human being. But people that will not give you the version you are now, those are the people that sometimes you just gotta walk away, because there's nothing you can do or say that's going to change their viewpoint of how they feel about themselves. If you don't love yourself, then how can you love someone else, or even have that compassion in your heart to say, hey, can I help you? Or do you need something? Do you need me to do something? I can help you out. Because I see you struggling. I see you going through something. Let me help you. But my thing is, it's their salvation, it's their soul, it's their spirit that's going to linger in that forever suffering. Because, nobody else wants to be stuck there. If misery is your friend, linger in that misery, in the company of it. But you're not going to drag me down to that. And y'all, I feel like there's a lot of people that's trying to drag us down with them. Just because they're evil and mean and their demeanor's off for real, that does not mean that that's where we want to go back to. And I feel like there's a lot of that. People are amazed and it's unbelievable because you went out from, you came from crash out king or queen to it's calm. Be calm. Peace, be still, okay? I will handle things the way that I feel I need to, okay? But like I said, some of us, we would crash out, okay? And we tell somebody about themselves and we read them up and down from the head to the feet. But now it's like, and I'm not going to lie, y'all, we heal every day. I wanted to handle a situation and read this person, okay? And, y'all, I wanted to go in yesterday. Y'all, I clocked in my job at 8:50 a.m. and clocked out at 6:30 p.m. Something like that. I don't even remember. But there was a situation where someone came and they helped. Well, you know what? I hate to put in racial divides, okay? But we are different nationalities. Uh, and I just felt like, okay, well, you came and you helped that woman, and you were right there. I didn't have that much left, y'all, to do. Uh, and I'm just going to keep it real. I do housekeeping, okay? And housekeeping is hard work. It really is. Especially if, you're trying to get done with everybody else, which everyone else should be wrapping up together. But this woman, she came and helped her. I don't even feel like, I don't even know, okay? It's just that they're all the same nationality. And she came and helped that woman and then looked at me like I was the plague. Helped her finish up, get done, and she was right there. And y'all, the thing about it, I only had like 2, 3 rooms left. Now, if she would have come up to me, now the realism of it is, I'm tired. I just got done doing a list just like you did. But the thing about it is, if it was just one thing that she would have done, just one thing, that would have made all the difference. I understand, that you're tired. I understand. But just that one thing, that one act of compassion, that is like a strike against her soul, not mine. I'm not the one that's concerned about what's going to happen to her because she's the type that, you've tried to, or I've tried to come to the level of understanding with her how she is. And I've always felt like this woman's aura is off. Her essence is off. There's something wrong. There's something wrong there. But if she does have any ounce of hate in her, it has took over her whole being. And that's what I see in her. She has a very dark presence. You know, she comes in and it's just, it dampens things. And, and I don't say anything to anyone because I don't like people getting in trouble. I don't like drama. I don't like nothing like that. Okay. I carry on because I knew what I was signing up for to do, and I do it. But at the same time, it's like that teamwork, that effort. You look at the world, you don't see that. And you're not going to get that from some people. But those people, you got to go on. You got to go on and walk past them. Because the compassion that you tried to show them was not restored by them. Okay? It's a repetitive cycle. And it's just that I felt like some of you guys may be going through that with family members, even co-workers, relationships. It's time to buckle down and put your foot down and say, you know what? I'm going to leave you right where you are. Because you keep stepping in this quicksand and you're sinking deeper and deeper. And it's like I keep pulling you out and helping you. And when it comes to helping me, you're nowhere around. You don't have time. No, you don't have compassion. Let's just keep it real. All right, y'all. Let's get into a reading. I don't know what's going to come out, but something's going to come out. All right. We're going to see what's in the energy and whatnot, okay? So I'm asking God, my divine heavenly protectors, my angels of the white light, my spirit guides, and my ancestors to please come through and to protect me and my collective, my love lights, my soul family, as they are receiving these messages, okay? All that negativity, all that negativity can go away because we transmute that into love and light, abundance, and faith to walk forward on our path. And we are grateful even when there is very little. We are still grateful because we know it's real. Okay? Amen, amen, and amen. I am grateful. I show gratitude. Amen, amen, and amen. Once again, y'all. Okay? All right. Let's get into this, y'all. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Y'all, my fingers hurt. I broke nails down to the skin yesterday. Yes, I did. Ooh. All right. Now, clock time came out in reverse. Time, pressure, in a rush. Okay. People don't understand that time's running out. Whether you want to believe it or not, their time is running out. This hate train has boarded, and the people that are on it, I feel like they need to go ahead and stay on that hate train. Okay? People's time's up in your life. You don't have time for that anymore. You don't have time to reach out and help and be that compassionate spirit. Because why are you going to keep being that compassionate spirit? I'm going to put it down just a little bit here, y'all. When people don't give you the same respect, it's all about respect, all right? And the time that you put in. If you put love and effort into that time that you've had with somebody, and there's been no reciprocation there, you're starting to really think like, is this right? Are these people supposed to be in my life? Or is this person supposed to be in my life? When you give and give and give, no, you shouldn't have to do that. You can have a heart of gold, but also the mind and the heart to understand that you can't keep keeping yourself stuck. Okay? So these people are out of time. All right? It's never a game. Never. We have Strange Valentine. Love is strange. Okay? And that came out in reverse. So it's like, yeah, you don't have time for these. Even if it is a relationship. And most of you guys, you're starting to look at people like, wait a minute. Now, love is unconditional. You give unconditional love, and it's not given back. You love a person completely. It's like an example of one side of the street's on fire. One side of the street is raining. You've grabbed that person's hand and tried to pull them out of the fire and pull them where there is relief, love, replenishment, but they still waddle their little selves back over there to the fire. Like they're confused, they don't know which way to go. And that's exactly it. There are people that are confused souls in this world because they've let this world overwhelm them in a way to where they feel like, I'm not going to show compassion because I've been railroaded my whole life. But that's not the way to be. Just because you felt railroaded and people didn't respect you or love you, let me tell you something. Forgive them and move on and love yourself. Because people like that I look at, I'm like, well, evidently you don't love yourself. Then how do you look at yourself in the mirror? Knowing. Okay? Knowing you're wrong. Knowing. Okay? We have two little witches. Magical space clearing time. Now, when you guys are around people like that, and I know you know, please do something to clear your energy. Do something. Because I feel like those people, it's like they want to leave a mark, an impression on you. So they can, like I said, one bad apple messes up the whole group. So it's like be taking care of yourself spiritually. Keep your spiritual tasks up. Okay? Keep that up. Because these people, they want to spread that dark entity of hate. Okay? They don't want to cooperate. Angel of Time, working too hard. Like I said, they're out here working hard. I did a reading, what was that? Was that Saturday night, y'all? Because I don't remember too much because I be just busy and moving around and doing things, but they're working very hard. Because look at how she's looking, that glare. Just, and they want to look at you. And they want you to ask them, what the hell are you looking at? They want you to crash out on them. Because they're testing your inner spiritual gangster. Okay? That OG, triple OG. That's what they're testing. And they want to see. Okay? You got agents here. Demonic agents they send out. And these people don't even know they're being used. But they send these demonic agents out to try to get under your skin, your fingernails, your toenails, your bone, the gristle, all that to try to push you to the point to where you're gonna crash out, you're gonna go crazy, you're gonna snap, you're gonna start cussing me out, you're gonna start hitting me, you wanna fight me? Oh, huh? It's that type of nuisance, And it's like you're there like, if you don't wait a minute now, I know what this is. Because you got to catch yourself. Because some of y'all, they almost sent there, right? Because back in the day, it wasn't like it was a joke. You heard me say OG, triple OG, didn't you? Okay? But yeah, they're working real hard. Especially like if you're almost in touch with your purpose and things are going right with your purpose. Oh my gosh. Oh, dear immortal. Life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. And this is what you understand. Do you get what I'm saying? This is what you understand. Okay? You're like, No. Time waits for nobody. And some of us, you know how they say you're born with an old soul? You just don't have time for that. And other people, you can't set them down and teach them and make them understand. Because evidently wasn't nobody there for them in the past to teach them to be humble to a certain point, but still stand up for yourself. At this point in the game, people aren't even thinking about what they're doing. They're just doing it because whatever, this is the agenda, and I have to do this, and nothing's going to stop me. They're demonic agents, okay? And I feel more sorry for them than I would ever feel for myself anymore, because I took that step forward, or those steps forward, to heal and put myself in a better situation than I've ever been. Okay, with myself, my self love, replenishing myself on a daily, knowing God is good. And my spirit guides and my ancestors walk with me and they protect me. Okay? Let somebody do something. And that the three fates, what goes around, what comes around, okay? Alright? So it's like whatever they're putting out, and it's the truth. Whatever they're putting out, they may get elderly and need help, and somebody's going to end up being mean, disrespectful, not wanting to help them, even when they cry out for help. Now, I believe that, like I just said, you get what you give, okay? And I've seen, no kind of affliction on anybody is right. But when you live your whole life and you don't lead with some kind of compassion, it might not end up that good for you, okay? I'm not saying, oh, you got to. Oh, you got to. No, honey. It comes with maturity. It comes with that healing. It comes with that understanding. And if you want to stand in the fire, that's fine. But I'm over here where it's nice and, the temperature's moderate, and love rains down on me. Okay? So these people, these are individuals. And like I said, they could be co-workers, family, lovers. These are the people that it's like, wait a minute, you're the one that's supposed to show me all this love. But wait a minute, just like they said, some people are like, you treat me like somebody off of the street. But then again, the people off the streets treat you like family and better than your family. Please make it make sense, y'all. There's things I've went through in my life to where these people they talked about so bad treat me with the utmost respect and love that I never got from people that were so-called blood. Or say, I love you. Okay? Them are the people that they talk about. Okay? Not too long ago, I saw an article about a man, he was homeless. And there was a $10,000 check that man found. Do you know that man took that check and turned it in? He didn't try to do any kind of fraud. He didn't try to do any of that. He just wanted to find, who does this belong to? Because it's not mine. And I'm going to be upfront and honest. I'm not going to try to do anything. I'm going to find the owner. And do you know the man did? And do you know that person that he got that check for and gave it back to got him a place to live, got him cleaned up, food in his stomach? Because that man, even though he didn't have nothing to give, and they look at people like they got nothing to live for, but that man still had compassion in his heart that he could not do that. Even though the circumstances for him may be unclear, he got blessed. Why? Because he didn't lie. He had that compassion and that humbleness in his heart to where I need it. Lord knows I need it. But this is not mine. Think about that. And he still got blessed. So people can't sit there and tell me that blessings and God is not real and how he moves in people's lives. That was meant to happen. Sometimes things like that are tests just to see if you're going to have that in your heart and what kind of person you are. Okay? It doesn't matter who you are. People are going to treat you how they treat you. But the people off of the street will treat you better than your family. And your family will treat you like a perfect stranger, like you're that person on the street. Okay? That's crazy. Yeah. Perseverance. The thing is, you have to move on. You got to keep moving. That's the name of the game. You can't stay where you're at. You got to keep moving. You got to keep healing. You can't let these people take you back. They're mad because how far you come. They're like, oh, we can't drag them back into the stages that they were before. No, because we all mature on a certain level to where some people can't even take the first step. So why would you want to go back and relapse on your healing? Why? hmm Yeah, they're agents. And sometimes they're double agents, so you gotta watch that too, baby. Okay? Oh, dang. Then we're all up, right, y'all? Hold on. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Gain was in reverse, but look. We have aid upright, self-love upright. Yeah, they're trying to attack you, honey. Gain in reverse. Okay, come on now. Okay? And they're trying to take you here, and they're trying to do this and that to you. They're trying to make you just, oh no, you gotta be like us. You gotta be dark and sinister and look like you're floating wearing robes. What the? But I'm just saying here, you know, have mercy on your fellow man. I don't care. You know what? I don't care. Have mercy. Because the blessings that you're not looking for will be bestowed upon you. Do you understand that? Okay? And you love yourself. You're never going to go back to those days and times to where you felt you couldn't understand people and get out of my face. And your temperament was off because they was messing you up. You had high blood pressure. Things like that. When you heal yourself and you realize that there's a mightier plan, there's a better plan, and nobody's going to win anything in the end if you're acting a fool. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're acting a total fool, a behind here, okay? You don't love yourself. And people see you love yourself because you still, even though you've been down the darkest alleys, the darkest portals, the darkest dreams, the nightmare that never ended. But finally, one day it did because you woke up and said, you know what, I love myself. I'm not going to let these people do this to me. I'm not going to let them hold me in contempt of my past. Because that's why they're mad. But they're not winning. They can't win. And oh my goodness, y'all, that's when they send out the triple quadruple agents. Okay, they're like, oh wait a minute, we need a stronger formula. We need a stronger agent. Okay, they've sent them. They haven't won. What's up? And you didn't have to crash out just to make things known. You see what I'm saying? Okay, here, yeah. Because you accept yourself, you accept your path, you accept who you are. Some of y'all, man, hey, I'm not even gonna lie, it scares you to accept who you are. It really does, and I'm not gonna lie. It's scary. It's scary. I was at that point in my life a long time ago. I was like, man, look, am I gonna be all right if I walk compassionately? Am I gonna be okay? But then I started looking around at people and how their lives were going to hell. There was collisions around me. There was fatalities around me. People just losing their mind around me. And I said to myself, you know what? No, I'd rather heal and find myself than sit here and lie to myself about who I really am. Because each and every time my soul is going to cry. And how I knew my soul was crying out for some type of understanding was, I'd just be sitting there, y'all, and a tear, few tears. And I'm like, oh, I got allergies. You know, I'm not trying to face the truth about what's going on with me internally. But tears would roll down my face literally. And that was my soul saying, look, Either you're going to do this or you're not. And if not, you're going to wallow in this pain for the rest of your life. You got to live and let live. You got to walk and forgive. Okay? No. I'm not going to hold grudges. It's not good for my health. I'm not going to be bitter. That's definitely not good for my health. My spiritual health? No. And who I am? No. I can't do that. And people are like, well, I don't understand why. Have you ever had somebody say that to you? I don't understand why you're talking to them because they did nah, 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 nah. Okay, look at here, nah, nah, nah. You need to go on somewhere and figure out who you are. So you know that karma that's not so good don't come around and pinch you in your buttocks. You understand? Okay? Because it will every time. And you know, look, nightmare. These people are living a nightmare. And they feel so bad. They feel abandoned. They feel left behind. And they use it as a crutch to make people feel sorry for them when you need to get your behind up and do what you need to do for yourself. So what if you feel like nobody loves you? Oh no, So what? That's just a crutch. That's something that these demonic agents want you to hang on to. That nightmare of what you've been through. And I'm mad at everybody else. And I want to diminish everyone else's character because why? I'm mad at myself. I'm hurt. I got to take it out on everybody. But me. I don't, I want to feel justified. And that's not the way to do it. There's no way to feel justified when you keep doing people wrong and you know it's wrong within your soul. It's not sitting right. That's what I say. Sin, we can have the, what's a sin and this is a sin and oh, that's this and that. But a sin is what you know within your soul that is not right. That's not right. Okay? Let's get into some what's the tea here. Check out this. It's early, y'all, and I'm tired, and I love y'all. That's why I'm up getting this reading out, okay? If you're having a hard time deciphering what I'm saying, hey, I'm getting out as best I can. Oh, but when you told to move, you better move and move, okay? Because I do. I don't have time. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay? But you got people out here that's going to look at you. They're going to judge you. They're going to do all that. But who cares? When you're judging somebody else, you're actually judging yourself and you're trying to throw everybody else from looking at you about who you truly are. Let's talk about Cindy. Because I don't want you to see that, I'm full of hell. But let's talk about Cindy. Cindy hasn't done anything to you, baby. That's the type of people I stay away from. Especially the ones that be talking that mess. And then when they get in front of the person, hey, girl. Hey, girl. That's why my circle is a dot, and that dot is me. And you know what? My babies. Okay? No. We're not going to have that because I know. I've already read you. I've already felt you. And people think that's a joke. They're like, she can or he can't read me. Yeah, pretty much. Even before you stepped over that threshold of a door to come anywhere near me, I have felt you. I have known you coming. Like they say, something's in the wind. I feel something coming. Huh. Okay. I feel something coming. I'm telling you now. I stay away from them people. Because if I can't tell you, yeah, look, we got broke ass. But it actually came out in reverse. But I'm just going to read it. Okay, how I'm going to read it. Now, these people, you're sitting out here, you're going forward. They wanted you to be broke down, dusted, and disgusted so you can reach out, so they can laugh. Look, so they can help you and go back and talk about you and laugh. Because it may have been a time when you was up, And you're going to get back there, but things happen in life. Life is real. We are living this human experience as we are. So the understanding that, okay, I'm down now, but when I get back up, I'm not going to act funny with you. And I feel like this is what's happened to all of us, really, okay, in our lives. We've been down, but baby, when we get back up, we're not going to act funny. You know how they take the robe and throw it over the shoulder and act a Victorian rich like we've always been drinking tea and eating crumpets and no, no, because I'm real. I've been down. I've been there. Are you thirsty? Are you hungry? Do you need a roof over your head? Do you need some kind of help? Let me help you. And you're that type of person. You didn't let life break you. And that's why it's like, but when I'm telling you, they get a little bit of money, boy, they take off and act like they don't know you and never met you. Okay? I don't know. I can't help you. Well, I can't help you. Look, I can't help you. No, not over here. Okay? And these people do things behind the scenes that you wouldn't even believe. These people have drug addictions, alcohol addictions, things they don't want to heal themselves. Sex addictions, all type of things, honey. And they want you to be right there and you're running away from them. Because your soul and spirit don't sit right with these people. You don't resonate with them. Not anymore. Look, they're mad because you love yourself. They're mad because you left them behind and didn't give them an explanation on how to heal themselves. Baby, you got to find that yourself. You can listen to this person. You can listen to that person. You can take this advice. You can take that advice. But being hands-on with yourself, that's the best way to heal, okay? You got to face that dark night. You got to face them nightmares. You got to face them fears. Them things. Look. You didn't have nothing to gain but bad karma here, doing you dirty. Okay? Looking at you like you was just, how do they say, the bottom feeder. No, honey, I'm not with some algae eaters, whatever they be in your fish tank. Yeah. Treating you like that. Come on, man. That's like the scum of the earth to me. And I'm not being mean, but it's the truth. Okay? Speak the truth, shame the devil. I'm telling you now. Yep. These are people that do this because you are living. Let me tell you here. You're living on the edge, but not the bad edge. You are in the greatness of your life, in your journey. And these people see it. And they're so miserable that they can't get to the spot that you're at. And they can't get you to crash out on them and get mad at them and hit them and yell at them and call them out their name. And, oh, they got you. They smile. When you do it, if somebody even gets you to that point, honey, look at them. They got a little smirk on their face. Because it's funny. It makes them feel good that they got you to that point. And it's like you see that little smile. And you know that smile that pisses you off even worse than when you went in on them on the first time. Because that's what they trying to do. Yep. They out here trying to make you, look, scarcity tactics. Scared to live, scared to walk forward, scared to believe, scared to be who you are, scared to exist, scared to take a drink of water. I mean, I'm just being honest, y'all. These people got problems. But it's not your problem. That's what we fail to realize sometimes. It's not our problem, okay? Because you know what? Even though we have the best intentions for humanity and we were sent here to be the best person and to learn these lessons so we can ascend and move on to a brighter place, a better place to help and maybe even come back and help over and over and over and over again. But one thing about it, we're not going to remember because when we come back, our hard drive is going to be wiped. But yet there's going to be the lingering of, did you learn the first lifetime that you need to walk on and be compassionate? And when you've learned that, you have mastered what they wanted you to learn in the first place. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Yeah, people be like, well, I don't know if she know what she talking about. I don't know. Well, you know what? Don't. Okay? Because like-minded people will understand what the hell I'm talking about. Okay? Because God is good. God's not going to put you down here and take you through any situations that you are not going to be able to handle. Even though they might have been grueling and the most hardest thing that you're ever going to do in your life. But that's part of the deal. That's part of the deal, y'all. And if you're around, a lot of people, they're born in families that treat them like dirt. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Treat you like dirt. Like doo-doo on the bottom of your shoe. And you're like, why do they treat me like that? Because I've been there. I'm like, why can't I? And it's a thing of you can't uh, feel that. You can't blend in. You get what I'm saying? Because you're not meant to. You're meant to stand out. Because you were the one that was picked. You were the one. They said, mm-hmm. Now that's the responsible one. The one that your family said they're not going to amount to nothing. They're lazy. They don't know how to. They're dumb. They just anything to make you feel less of a human being. Not knowing the whole time you were just living the human experience, and you were a spirit that's drifting through. Okay. So don't let anybody sit there and tell you, oh, you're not gonna amount to nothing. Them are the ones. And for the ones, God rest their soul and God bless them, that could not get past the judgment. All that criticism coming from the family or friends, and they didn't feel like they could carry on. God bless them. Because you know what? They're going to go into a rest period for a while, but they're going to come back. And when they come back, things are going to work out a lot different for them before they understand. A lot of people don't believe in reincarnation. A lot of people don't. Mm-mm. They're like, oh, I'm going to come back as a tree. I'm going to come back as a dog. And, well, hold on. It's not like that. Sometimes you come back as an element. The wind, the water, the waves, the beauty of it all. Because you learned you got to move with the wind and sway with the breeze, okay? To make it through rough times and misunderstandings and things, you have to understand everybody is not going to be on the same level as you. You all the way up here, they're trying to make it up there but don't understand how to start. Okay? Yep. What do I say? Guilt. Get off of that guilt trip. Alright? Because sometimes we guilt trip ourselves. If you've lost somebody, it's not your fault. God called them. When I lost my mother, and this is a real story, y'all, and everything I say is real here. I don't, okay, I don't believe in all that making it up, and I can't do all that because in the end, it's not gonna work out for me. But when my mother passed away, my mother had lived a very grueling, taxing life. I will say that. Okay, in and out of incarceration. Um, I knew my mother, growing up, but I was raised by my great grandparents until I was 15. But I knew my mother, all right, and my mother was in and out of jail. My mother had addictions, that she fell victim to. Uh, she just lived a life to where I feel like there was more misery than company, if you get what I'm saying. And I was so happy. My mother had went to. No, I was happy she got out. I don't want you to misunderstand that, but my mother had went to jail when I was 15 years old. Um, Fast forward, I had got pregnant with my daughter, and I said to myself, I said, I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't think I was going to ever see her again, to be quite honest. I mean, they say 18 years, but sometimes, when you go to prison and jail and things like that for a long time, you know, sometimes you don't make it out. But then again, when you're in there that long, you have a mentality that your mind has wrapped itself around. You are institutionalized. So my mom got out when I was getting ready to have my daughter, and I was so happy, that she was there. And my mom was really trying to be there because she knew that she wasn't there for me. Okay? And I understand that there were times that she couldn't, but my mom's mind was institutionalized, y'all. And I feel like when she had got out, she missed that because it was a routine for her. She didn't have to be out here worrying about anything, even though she might have worried in there. She didn't have to worry about trying to make herself look a certain way to her children, uh, being mistreated by her children. I'm not going to get into that. I know I didn't. I know there were things that happened between us, but I didn't hold that grudge. And I knew that she looked at me and said, "How can you love me when I've done the things that I've done to you?" Now, they weren't, the best of moments, but I learned from that, even though I was young. But I wasn't put into that situation to really ultimately go through the things that she could have put me through, but she put me through enough. Uh, she introduced me to anxiety. She introduced me to things that I knew nothing about. Okay. And so when she had got out, y'all, now, ooh, God rest her soul. But this is real. Because I know some of y'all done went through this and you see this. Y'all, the first time she had got her apartment, right? Something happened. She got a hold of something, and long story short, they found her. She was passed out. My mother was on life support. She pulled through that. Okay. The second time her apartment caught on fire and she was asleep. She made it through that. Now, what goes around comes around, and sometimes people do things. There was a reason why she was locked up for 18 years, but that's neither here nor there. And I always said to myself, what goes around comes around. And third time's a charm. You know how they say that? But it's not a charm, but the third time, that may be it. Now, I talked to my mother on the phone, and she said that in her apartment that she had moved to, that she heard kids playing in her room and jumping on her bed. And I said, "Mom," I said, "you're not scared of that?" I said, "What's going on?" And she said, "No." She said, "It's okay." She's like, they're probably haunting me and whatnot. Now, I will tell you something. When you are near death and you know that you're about to cross that threshold, that innocence, your youth comes back to remind you that you are going to be taken to a place of joy and no pain, no suffering, worry no more. And I said, "Oh my," because I knew that's what it was. And y'all, I'll say about 6, 7 months later, my mom passed. And people in my family, they looked at me crazy because I wasn't erratically crying and going off, because you know what? I knew that my mother was in a better place than she would ever be on this cold, cruel earth. But anyway, let's go on. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it real, all right? It's the real life situation. People feel bad. They feel guilty, okay? Look, opposites attract here. Okay, life lessons. Everybody does not handle things in the same way. Your grief is not my grief. We have different griefs, different grieving processes, okay? But these people, it's like they're your family. They want to say all this stuff about you. Oh, they didn't care about their mother or their father. They didn't care that this happened to them. Yeah, you did, but you understand the purpose of a soul. Okay? Sometimes, sometimes it's like they need them loving arms of God to wrap around them. Yep, Snoopy. hmm These people got it out for you so bad, they want to know everything that you're doing in your life because it just doesn't make sense. How do you not come around us? How do you not, you know, how do you act like you don't love us? These people could be getting readings on you. If they know where you live driving by your house, a lot of you guys have moved out of state away from your family and friends that you knew weren't right for you because you refused to sit there in that guilt that they was trying to trip you with, right? Yeah. They're getting bad karma, okay? They're getting bad karma right now, and they're wondering where you at. Yeah, thinking of you. They're wondering where you're at. They're wondering if they can make it right with you and apologize. Will things get better? But when people think like that, you can apologize all you want to. Your actions at that time and place was something that you should have took critical thinking to and been like, I could have handled this way different. Okay? So they're sitting here thinking about all they did to you, how they, you know, yeah, controversy, how they treated you, how they yelled at you, how they left you out, how they made you feel that you weren't important. But you are important. You matter. You're critical. You're a critical piece to the puzzle, and they never realized it, but now they do. Now they do. Sometimes the matriarch of the family treats you like an outcast. And that gives everyone way to follow suit. You see what I'm saying? Yep. Here we got dating here, okay? So it's like, even people that you dated, people that you've been with, it's like some of us are scared to put ourselves back out there because of the way people have treated us. But we gotta know that we don't have to put ourselves out there that fast. we gotta heal, and then there comes that love. And that love is headed towards you. It's time and patience. But also we've been put on the path to heal, y'all. Okay? So, and how they say nothing is a failure without a try. Yeah, that's the truth. Let people think that you don't know what you're talking about and you're not who you are. Let people think that. Oop, I got into it, y'all. That you saw that. I'm not perfect, and I'm not claiming to be. Okay? I'm not sitting over here trying to take that title of, ooh, I'm perfect. No, honey, because I don't think nobody's perfect. God's perfect. Okay? The heavenly hosts are perfect. But me, I'm just living this human experience blessed with the gift that God has bestowed upon me to deliver to people that really want to heal and know what's up. Okay? Because you're going to have these agents. Okay, let's go back. These agents. All right. What's with this guilt here? Oh, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, what was I just talking about? Mother figures, matriarchs, things like that. People in the family. It's like they feel less of a person. They'll never be the person that you are. Have you ever looked at someone and you have kids and they're looking at how you treat your kids and uphold your babies and you love them? Look, Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. They're in regret they couldn't have raised their daughters or sons right. But you are. You're holding on to hope because you know that's what it is. And a lot of people have just given up. Do you understand how that makes people spiteful? Because people are very spiteful, especially when they can't keep up with your way, okay, your world, the way that you look at things, the way that you understand things. And it's like they try to take things away from you, discredit you, make you feel like things weren't important. You, especially. All right? Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn with that Queen of Pentacles there. But look at here with the Ten of Pentacles. Okay? And why they look at you like this, Virgo energy, all right, is because they weren't worthy to hold that crown on their head. Heavy is the crown that the person that wears that crown. It's heavy. You've been through a lot. They don't understand that. But this is why you were put here. To change things. To end these curses. These hexes. These things that follow you through life that are supposed to break you down. Why aren't you breaking down? Okay? No, because you're blessed and you're worthy of it. You were chosen. Yep. These people are wondering, ooh, you got, okay, some of you got mothers and aunties that are jealous of you, cousins, trying to be like you, mimic you, but they can never be you. They're not your blueprint. I don't care. They say blood is thicker than water, but I beg to differ on that one, because that's not true. God put a lot of us on this earth to love, but some people just don't grasp the reality of it. Okay? Yeah, now they're sitting around thinking about you, talking about you. Oh, I wonder where Sarah's at, or yeah, leaving you alone. The Emperor here. Yeah, it's like you have control. You took your power back. You have control of your life. Heavy is the crown that you wear upon your head. Okay? Just like I put it like this, my neck was sturdy enough to hold it up. Y'all are weak. You know? And they made you feel weak. They wanted to make you feel like this. And you think it ended with your family? No, honey, because you're going to meet these people for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. You took your power back. You understand. And now that you've done that, you set forth this bad karma. Yeah, you got these people stuck and stagnant in their mind, feeling as though they can't move. They can't come towards you. They can't touch you. They can't even get in your area. Because they're stuck. They're stuck in the past. They're stuck trying to bring up everything you did that wasn't right. But wait a minute. Look in the mirror, though. Let me flip it around. If you're outside, look in the rear view or the side mirror in somebody's car, baby. With the Ace of Wands here, because these people here, it's like the Ace of Wands. Yes, that's a beautiful, bright walk forward, a beautiful new beginning. But also, it's like they can't keep relationships, and everybody uses them for sexual relationships, because also that looks like the phallic. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's like they want people to use you just like they're getting used. It's like they're good enough to sleep with but not live a life with. Okay? Look at here. Yeah. With the Eight of Cups here, they want to come back around. They want to bring up old things. They want things to come back to see if it paralyzes you, to keep you in a certain state to where you don't realize how beautiful and how blessed you are in life to be who you are and to still be standing here. Because they said you weren't going to make it. They said you weren't going to make it. You ain't going to be nothing. Yep, the Knight of Cups. They want to come back with these offers. To me, that's half-ass. Okay? The Knight of Cups, that's not a King of Cups. That's a half-ass offer. And it's nothing to accept, because it's like, it's all out of breaking you down, the structure you have created for yourself. You've had to get away from these people to create that structure for yourself. Yep, we have the Queen of Wands upright now. Okay, you see that the Queen of Pentacles come out in reverse and the Queen of Cups come out in reverse. Look at here, the Queen of Wands upright. Yeah, you may be, you may have a family member here that's jealous of you, a friend, because you're attractive, you're beautiful. Maybe you've been thinking this, but you're like, nah, yeah. As I say, fact is stranger than fiction. All right, just looking at you shine and be a leader. You have leadership skills. All right, you have the skills to pay the bills, is what I heard. And they're jealous. You got people trying to be like you. You're beautiful, inside and out. And man, that makes you shine so hard that it's like, why wouldn't you be jealous or mad at this person? Okay? Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Look at this. The Nine of Cups in reverse. Because they know that they don't have the destiny that you do. They weren't predestined for things. Alright? And it's like they were working overtime to try and get what you have. Alright? I'll tell you what, these people are delusional. Look, while you move forward, alright? And I feel like I don't know why I'm thinking about a car, but it's like this. It's like maybe you got a new car or something. Maybe you feel like somebody's jealous of that. But it's like people are going to always try and break themselves to get what you got. You understand what I'm saying? When you got it, you're blessed. Okay? Move forward. Yeah. With the Three of Pentacles here. Okay? Let me tell y'all something. While they want people to use you for sex and just to use you and play you, that's not what's happening right here. Okay? Now let me pull a few more oracle cards here, and then I'm going to get up out of here, y'all. I love y'all. I know my readings get long sometimes, but there's a lot to cover, and I have a lot to talk about because I've been through a lot of things that hopefully we can find common ground and resonate with each other. Okay? Even though we're different and we walk different ways, okay? We're all not going to think the same, but we've been through the same situations, but maybe opposite reactions. All right? Yep, collaboration here. People are going to want to work with you. People wish they would have worked with you because you're the one. Okay? You're the blessed one. Now they want to offer you the world. Now they want to offer you help. Now they want to ask you if you need something. Now is no, because you know who I am. Look. Because you know who I am now. Okay. All right. You should have known then. You should have seen the world in me then. You should have seen the sun shine so bright in me then. But you didn't see my light and I had to turn the other way. Yeah. Woo. Whoever these people are, they miss you. Okay? Look, you have big dreams. These people are... You have big dreams. You have missions. Okay? You're very desirable. Whoever you are, you're very beautiful. And they don't like that. Because people want to work with you. Your beauty shines inside and out. Okay? You exude excellence. Alright? Yeah. Bribing people to get in your way and block your wish fulfillment. Trying to persuade people to leave you alone. Like, have you ever been through the experience of you got friends, you bring them around your family, the next day you don't see your friend no more and they don't want to talk to you and you wondering what happened? It's because the family got behind the scenes and was telling them all type of stuff in their ear that wasn't even true. Some of it might have been true, but it wasn't their business to tell them, was it? Yeah. But you're still going forward. Yeah, because look at this, promise in reverse. It's like, I feel like, like I said, people sitting here telling you what you were going to be. They were trying to curse your path. Okay? Failure is in the tongue. Death is in the power of the tongue. Existence, manifestation, all that is in the power of the tongue. If you say you will, you are going to. If you say you're not, 9 times out of 10, you're not. Unless you got the glory of God behind you. Okay? I'm just saying. Make it make sense, y'all. Alright? Yeah. It's no more of that. Look, trying to steal things from you. Trying to steal your life. Trying to steal your light. Trying to steal your whole existence here, y'all. Now, I love y'all, and I hope I got this message out good enough, but you are always and always have been and always will be good enough. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not. Don't let nobody tell you. Stand up and be strong. Don't let nobody play you. Don't overextend yourself. If you see there's no reciprocation there, just pull your energy back and be like, look, I tried, but the thing is, I got to move on and go on and finish my path, my journey, my adventure. my spirituality out here, I have to continue to move on. I can't stand here and wait for you to understand who I am, okay? So, you guys, I love y'all so, so much. And I will be back today to do some more readings. Like I said, hey, it's early, and I mean, I'm still tired from yesterday because it was a long day. But I want to get on here and get this message out, all right? And let y'all know that you are worthy. You are beautiful. You are worth every ounce of energy that anyone will put into you. Ask and you shall receive, okay? And it's all about you. But also having that compassion for your fellow man, okay? I love y'all. I'll see you later. Keep God first, okay? All right. Bye-bye.